Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Tony'sPicks.com. I'm Tony T. We've got college basketball rundown here for Saturday. We've got four big games here on the board. Ron Crawford will break them down, so let's bring Ron in right now. You catch him over at Tony'sPicks.com. Ron, how's it going?
Hey Tony, how you doing?
Doing great, doing great. All right, we're going to take a look at the college basketball here as some conferences are wrapping it up. We're getting closer and closer here to March Madness, so a pretty big weekend here of college basketball. So we'll get started here with game number one here on the breakdown, joined here by Ron Crawford, as we'll take a look here at Mississippi State and Auburn going head-to-head here. We're seeing the line here, an early open line here of Auburn laying 9.5 in this one, total 146.5.
Yeah, I saw that. And you mentioned the tournaments are coming up. Big one for Auburn because they're fighting it out right now for that fourth spot, which you're not going to play till day three with Florida, and Florida has a game in hand on them, beat them. But this game right here, obviously Auburn's back home. Just took the L up Tennessee. Great game. They had it till the end and kind of let it go there. But Auburn's a different team at home. They come in 9-5 as a home favorite against the spread, and Mississippi State is on the road 0-4 as a road dog. Mississippi State did beat Auburn back in January down in Starkville, so Auburn's looking for a little bit of revenge here. I think what's going to happen is, that crowds are going to push them, and Auburn's going to take it pretty well. I'm looking for maybe about a 13 to 15 point win for the Auburn Tigers.
All right, Ron Crawford can get his premium plays over at Tony'sPicks.com. Likes Auburn here, laying the points here against Mississippi State. We'll continue here on the rundown here, joined by Ron Crawford. Of course, you want to get his premium plays over at Tony'sPicks.com. That's where you can find them here for this big card coming up here on Saturday. All right, let's get to the next one here. We're going to 5:30 Eastern time as we go through this big card. About 137 games lined up here for Saturday's card. We'll get 4 games here as we go through to the 5:30 Eastern time slot. We got Wake Forest here. So as we continue here on the rundown here from college basketball, Wake Forest and Virginia Tech going head-to-head here. Virginia Tech home where they've done their best work on CW Network here. Virginia Tech, a 1.5, total 149.5.
Yeah, on CW you're gonna have to find this one, right? Wake Forest is just a different animal on the road. They're 2-8, 3-7 straight up, and we know what Virginia Tech does at home. I mean, they just destroyed Virginia 74-41. I also like home teams, whether they're a dog or a favorite, with small numbers, 1.5, 2 area. Especially when they are home dogs. But in this case, I think it started out as a home dog. Looks like it might have flipped now, which is good because we like Virginia Tech. Straight up at home, 14-3. You can't argue with that. They're 7-10 conference, so they really need a victory here. So I look for Virginia Tech to handle business tomorrow.
All right, Ron Crawford, get his premium plays over at Tony'sPicks.com. He liked Virginia Tech here, the home team here, laying the 1.5 here against Wake Forest. All right, we'll continue here on our rundown, joined by Ron Crawford. Of course, you can find his premium plays over at Tony'sPicks.com. Also, when we do our drive-through, you'll always get a show pick from Ron Crawford there on most days, and you'll get him there in the chat. So make sure you guys keep an eye there. Ron Crawford with this spreadsheet plays for several years, and welcome to have him here at Tony'sPicks.com. All right, we're going to get to the 8 o'clock Eastern slot. It's a big one in college hoops at 8 Eastern. We're going to get to the couple of big games here at this hour, so we'll get to it right now. We're going to get to some WWCC with Mississippi State, Boise State, get your history, but this is a good one here. ESPN2 has it. Houston on the road against Oklahoma here. Houston road favorites laying 6 here, total 128.5.
Yeah, we saw the other night when it was Kansas and Kentucky and a few other teams looking at, these are the times that those teams really shine. I'll give you a good example. Gonzaga was the other night, and they just I think everybody in the world was on San Francisco, and they took care of business. And I look for the same with Houston. Houston is just a far better team than Oklahoma. And I understand Oklahoma is probably a good home team, but Houston is just a far better team. They showed it at Baylor. I know they've gone on the road and played for a few other places where they just man teams, and I just don't think Oklahoma has anything for Houston here. So let's take the Cougars minus the 6.
All right, Ron Crawford get his premium plays over at Tony'sPicks.com. He likes the Houston Cougars in this spot here. Go ahead and lay it on the road here against the Oklahoma Sooners. All right, let's continue here on the rundown here, joined by Ron Crawford. And we're going to get into another big game here on Saturday here. ESPN at 8 Eastern time features Tennessee and Alabama. Alabama, the home team, laying 2.5, total 168.5.
Yeah, and this is the big one. You got ESPN, you got the big everything's going on in Tuscaloosa, and once again, as we talked about Auburn, Alabama's just a monster at home, 12-3 against the spread. Tennessee doesn't do well on the road. This is a huge revenge spot. As Tennessee just manhandled Alabama back in January, 91-71. Look for the Tide to roll here, and I would watch out. I think Latrell Whitesell might be back. We might check that out. He's been injured the last 3 games as a guard for Alabama, averaging about 9 points a game. He could contribute, Hewley. I'm seeing that line at 2.5. I'd take the money line on Alabama. It could be a close one. I look at Tennessee's schedule. They got to go to South Carolina, and then they have Kentucky in the big one. So they really need these last couple wins. So they might be up for this one. Alabama's got a pretty easy schedule with Missouri and Georgia coming up. So I would look for Alabama to exact revenge right here and maybe win that one by about 20 like Tennessee did in Knoxville.
There you go. Ron Crawford, get his premium plays over at Tony'sPicks.com. Likes Alabama here, laying the 2.5 here as we shoot here right now. That's the line against Tennessee. To recap, Auburn, Virginia Tech, Houston, Alabama, with the free picks here on this college basketball rundown for the big Saturday card. All right, Ron, let's take a look over at Tony'sPicks.com. We're heading into a big Saturday, about 137 games on the board here from a college basketball. What do you have going on over at Tony'sPicks.com?
Yeah, actually, I've been really hot in soccer. So if you want to look at my soccer plays, I got a 3-pack for tomorrow with some EPL and Serie A action, and of course we're going to have college basketball all day, and then NHL and maybe some NBA. NBA's been down a little bit, but we're trying to pick it back up now. But yeah, we're up about 600 in college basketball and about 2,000 in soccer this year. So, yeah, get over to PickDawes, get a package. It could be a 3-day, weekly, monthly, whatever you want, and we'll make it happen.
Make it happen in with Ron Crawford over at Tony'sPicks.com. So go ahead and get signed up. Guys, let you know about that promo code. Use TonyT at checkout. You'll save that 20% off. You can access Ron's page by clicking the link in the description. Click the All Cappers tab and get signed up. All right, Ron, as always, welcome here to Tony'sPicks.com. Great having you, and we'll talk to you very soon.
Hey, thank you, Tony.
You got it. All right, that was our college basketball rundown. Have a great Saturday, everybody. We'll talk to you guys later.